I'm here for me. Yeah. I am here for me because I trade. I don't just teach and ramble on. I trade and I give you guys the energy every morning if you want to join me. I'm here at London Open. Why? Because for me, this is not, I don't play at trading. Yeah, just like you don't play boxing, you box. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not playing trading, I trade. So London session is the start of my day. Just like there's some of you on this call right now that have to be at work at a certain time. Yeah? If you're not at work at a certain time, certain people are gonna have the hump. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, what are you playing at? You're supposed to be at work at a certain time. How are you swanning in at this time?" Okay? I have to be at the markets at London Open, which is 7 a.m., which meant this morning when I woke up late, which I did, I wasn't able to go to the gym. I just ran to my gym, walked inside, sat down, and ran back because I needed to be here for a certain time. The weights were there. I could have done my workout, but my work in the market starts at 7 a.m. That's the reason why I was able to take the couple grand. Yeah, it's actually more than a couple grand, but I took a small jab earlier and stopped me out. Okay, it's about, I think maybe this morning was about 2.5 and a half, 2.5. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Now, what is my point? My point is I'm expressing that I take this, what I'm doing, seriously. Why do I take it seriously? Because I understand what the results of killing the markets can be, what the consequence for me and my family can be from that. All right. So I take it seriously. If you guys are not going to think to yourself that you're going to have to do your work, have to do your back testing, have to commit some finance, some finance, some money. Well, that's financially over H. Finance, yeah. Commit some money to this in regards to whether it's going to be, the education, whether it's going to be your funded accounts, whether it's going to be your own personal accounts. If you don't think you're going to have to be here in the morning going through the pain or reaching out to JP and asking him some questions or doing your back test, whatever it may be, and think that somehow you're going to benefit, then you don't understand how life works. Okay? Because how life works is you get out. Yours. You get out, okay, what you put in. All right? That's what happens is you get out what you put in. All right? So be here, commit, understand. If you want to get involved in some of these trades that you hear me taking, sometimes you come on the session and you hear me turn around and saying I'm 2 grand up, whatever it may be. I am here from this room is open from 6:30. 6:30, you probably hear some motivational stuff, but by about 6:45. Sorry, the room's open from before that. Sorry, I'm lying. The room is open from 5:30. All right. By about 6:30, quarter to, you will see me on the session to be able to get. And this is for people that want to try and get into trades. If you always want to get the education, by all means, by around this time, 8 o'clock, you'll hear me talking and we start getting into things. All right. But my point is that I don't play at trading. I trade. All right. So therefore, I'm here at 7 a.m. Okay. I'm also going to be here, if possible, because obviously I have other commitments, at 2:30 trading the New York session open. Okay. And if you want to join me, you come into my room, or if you want to join me and you see that my room's closed, you send me a message, say, are you on today? And if I am, I say yes, and we can trade together. Okay. I'm giving you guys that access because everyone on here is family members from the start, from day dot. Everyone won't be getting this access in the future, okay? Because it's access to me, and like I just said, myself and Jivan has just taken a trade this morning. Jivan just told me he's done 2%. I've done 2.5% this morning. Now the reality is this: for all I know, that's Jivan's own funds in his own IC Markets account, and he just made himself £500 or 2 grand. I lied, Jivan. Talk to me.
Yeah, true. It's all about the percent, isn't it?
Yeah, for all I know, he's just gone and made real money that he's going to go and pay his bills with this morning based upon him being with me, being engaged, and having the information. He said to me earlier about gold. Here, he said He put a message in the chat. You can see it's probably still sitting in the chat. Asked me to look at gold. Straight away, I said to him, wait for the indication, the correction and the continuation. It hasn't taken liquidity yet. We was about here when he put that message in the group. Yeah. He's probably happy for that because the market kicked back on him and pushed all the way up in here. I lied, Jiva. Talk to me. If I lie, I fly.
Yeah, no, if you're lying, you're flying. Word.
That's right. So I'm saying to you, the point I'm making to you is that, you know, we are a community and we're here to help each other. Yeah. But just take things as seriously as you want to be taken. You're not, I'm telling you now for free. I'm going to give you the harsh reality. You're not going to make a single penny from trading. Yeah. If you don't put the work in. I'm just letting you know now. It's not signals that's going to do it. I could give you signals. As soon as I come in the market in the morning, I said, I'm here in red writing, I am looking at GBP USD, NAS, and Euro USD. The trades that I've taken this morning has been GBP USD and Euro USD. That I've said there, here you go, POW, that I put in where my entry was here, all right? And I put in here, I even put a big block letter so everyone knows I'm selling it. And look, brrr, off a cliff, yeah? Brrr, off a cliff. That's better than a signal because we're sitting here and we're watching it. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. And you can ask me what's happening. Yeah. But more importantly, my main aim is not to give fish. It's that everyone's got their own fishing rod and can kind of understand what's going on. That isn't my main goal. I swear to God, it is my goal. If that weren't my goal, I could trade by myself in the morning and start the session at 8 o'clock in the morning after I've done what I'm doing. My session, I want you guys to see what's happening so you can make it without me talking to you to death. Yeah. Just looking at what I'm doing on my charts and going, okay, he's looking at this. What is he looking at? And going, oh, I can see it. Okay, that's what he's looking at. I can see it. If you can't see it, it means that you don't know the strategy. And that's fine. Yeah. Because the strategy is what I'm going to teach now for the rest of the hours. Okay. The strategy is what I'm going to teach for the rest of the hours. And the strategy is what we're going to push. The strategy is in the course. The strategy is in some of the documentation, some of the little gems that I've given you guys. Yeah. But you have to be able to make your own decisions. Have a look right now. I said to you, and I said it out loud on the session in front of you guys, I'm looking at this down here as it's take the Asian session lows, and I'm protecting myself because I know that this market and this one over here, after it took the New York session PM lows over here, can you see? If I do this, oops, if I do this, can you see this? At that point in time, I moved my stop loss, boom, here, right up the arse of it. Why? Because I saw this market fall from space and I know what concerns do I have. Somebody tell me what concerns when I'm looking at, oops, what's going on there? When I'm looking at this, what's this, EU on this side, what are the concerns that I'm having after being in a trade from up here and it falling to hell all the way down here and taking Asian session lows and New York session lows? What are my concerns? If I was to rewind this here like this, somebody tell me what my concerns are.
What, some of the imbalances?
Yeah, all of this imbalance here is my concern, especially after we've taken liquidity from two places, Asian session lows, yeah, and, you know, all the way down here into some of the PM sessions. This is my concerns. Yeah, I am concerned about that. Why is it showing me now like I haven't taken PM session low? We haven't taken this New York PM session low as yet as it goes. We've taken the Asian session low over here. We took Asian session low over here. All right, I'm concerned straight away. So after I've taken all of this and I said to you that I'm, you know, we're a couple % up, I'm taking my money. I don't want to be involved in the market kicking me back all the way. Look at the market, look, all the way back over here. Now, do I think it's going to continue coming down and take these lows? I actually do. I actually am very interested in getting back into this trade right now. Okay, I'm interested in getting into GU over here. And I'm watching EU to see, you know, when it might give me another opportunity to get back involved. Okay. But you guys know why I was concerned here. I was concerned because we've taken the Asian session lows. And I understand after liquidity is taken, what does the market like to do?
Run in the opposite direction.
That's right.
Retrace.
That's right. So if I've told you that and I'm drilling these things in with my little buzzwords, you know, like I'm Bruce Forsyth, what did it like today? Yeah. But that's going to drill in your mind. You're going to remember that. And therefore, when you're in this trade from here, after taking the liquidity from here, nam, 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 nam up here. That's why it says liquidity taken. And me getting in the trade from here. And then we see it run to the opposite side and take the liquidity over here. Nam, 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 nam. You lot are thinking to yourself, that little Bruce Forsyth, that little caption, the market might want to run in the opposite direction now. And have a look at it. Meow. I don't want to make my $2,000 go down to $200 on the basis that I don't know, just when I knew it was going to run in the opposite direction. I don't need to. A 1 to 10 trade, or 1 to 8 trade. I don't need to. Let me take my money. Remember, if you're trading your own funds and you want to go to sleep on a trade, that's different. But even then, I'd say to you the exact same thing. Yeah. When I trade my own funds in my account, yeah, which I do have my own funds in the account, I trade it on the basis of, let me just catch a little money today. Pow. Let me catch a little money. But my main concern is losing my money. It's capital preservation. But if I'm trading a prop firm account, I'm playing a game. The game is I need to get a certain amount of money every day so that I can pass the challenge or make some money from the challenge. It's a game. So when I get 2%, I'm on 2%, I'm £1,500 up, £2,000 up. I can't have that running back on me and stopping me out for nothing. So I'm not getting the rules of the game. Because if I make 2%, look, let me tell you something. Prop firm challenges only want you to make 10%. I'm not going to say only because it's a big target. That's the first thing. It's a big target. And I'm going to tell you this. My psychology, my mentality has had me blown many a prop firm account when I didn't need to. Why? Because I believe that I'm the all-knowing in this trading space. And, I start trying to do the impossible or start doing the improbable. I don't need to make 10% in one day. I've passed prop firm challenges in one day. You know what I mean? Like calmly, but very aggressively traded, and not necessarily even raising my risk, but just going at it too manic. You know what I mean? Like I'm on it, like I'm glued to the screen. I'm looking at every opportunity. The reality is this: you can just be easy. If Jivan said that he made 1%, 2% today, 1%, let's say 1% today, that ultimately means that, in a couple of weeks, he's passed his challenge. If he can continue up that kind of pace. That's what that means. And if that is the case, that he does that and then he gets funded and he has his own money in the account and he's got a 10K account, let's say 10K. No, let me not even say something what. Jivan's got a £10,000 real account. Maybe he's got that, maybe that's from his own money, maybe that's from his prop firm money, he's got his own money in that account. And he takes a trade for, you ready? Risking how much? Let me ask the question first, without Jivan speaking, without King Louis speaking, someone else. If he has a £10,000 account, what should he be risking per trade as a default? How much money should he be risking? Let's see who the mathematicians are.
Because it's his own account.
It's his own account, all right? It's his own £10,000 real money in an IC markets or another kind of broker, all right? And he's got, what should he be at default, the default setting of how much he should be risking?
It should be $100
There you go.
on his own account.
There you go. That means he's going to take in a trade and he's going to lose, and he's only going to lose $100 from his £10,000, which is 1%. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but let's paint a different scenario. That Jivan takes that $100 trade and it goes for a 1 to 5. Yeah? 1 to 5. That means he makes $500 on his £10,000 today. That's not a bad day, because I don't know if anybody here, I'm not saying there isn't, because I'm sure there's very well paid people in our family, all right, that make £500 a day. Maybe you do. But he's going to make that £500 this morning before 9 o'clock in the morning and then go to his job and make his good job earnings for the day. Because if he continues just risking that $100 and making a 1 to 5 or 1 to 3, by the end of the week, he could be up 2.5K for the week on a 5-day week. Yeah, he might take some losses, but also some of those trades might go for more than a 1 to 5. So I'm just using that 1 to 5 as an average. That's £2,500. from a 10K account in 1 week. Let's even split that down. Let's even be conservative that he's taken some else and he didn't do £2,500. He did half. So on average, he was doing a 1 to 2. He did half of that, £1,250 in that week off of his £10,000 account. Well, let me ask you guys a question. If you times that by the month, so let's just times that by 4, what's that? 4, that's nearly 5, that's 5K for the month. Yeah? Would £5,000 from trading, when you only started with a 10K account, you know what I'm saying? But let's just say with £5,000 coming in the month, yeah, help your life right now? Probably will. Unless someone's telling me that they live in some different kind of way that they live in, and I don't know, they need to spend, you know, I don't know, £1,000 a day. Would £5,000 probably cover your mortgage and whatever car that you want outside? More than likely. Off of risking £100 out of his £10,000 capital. There's a lot of you guys right now, you've got £10,000 in your savings account that's been sitting there staring back at you for years or for months, that hasn't done a single thing for you. If I lie, I fly. Just looking at your savings account every so often and going, yeah, got my little 10K in there, or my 20K, or whatever's in your account, your 30K, your 40K. If you're just sitting there looking back at you, doing nothing, looking straight back at you. Yeah? Just looking at you. But by learning this skill and risking only 1% at a time, let me tell you something. You could start risking your 1%. Jivan can start risking his 1% out of his 10K account. And after losing 5 times in a row, 10 times in a row, he might say, you know what? I'm going to be easy. I just lost £1,000 out of my 10K account down to 9,000. He can stop, put his money back in his savings account and just stare at it if he wants to. He doesn't have to blow his account. He can say, you know what? I'll try to I had a limit of £1,000 to see if it will work. Let me say that one more time because I've just said something to somebody on the call. You can go into your well, I'm not saying now I'm not saying if you don't know the strategy. I'm saying if you understand the strategy and you're at that point, you can go into your account, take £10,000 of your real hard-earned money and go and put it into a broker like an IC Markets or someone else who is reputable. I can go and suggest some other reputable brokers. Okay. And then you can say to yourself, if this account gets to £9,000, I'm putting my money back in my Barclays account. So you're only really risking £1,000, but you're using the leverage of your £10,000 to take £100 a pop trades. So at £100 a pop trades, and you can catch a couple 1 to 5s in the week. You're going to be making £500 at a time. And before you know it, your £10,000 account looks like 12,000 or looks like 14,000. And then you can do the same. And you can get to a milestone. Maybe your milestone is 20K. And then maybe you might decide, in fact, you're not going to change anything. You're going to keep doing the same thing. You're not going to change a single thing. You're going to keep risking 1%. I'm saying something to somebody because the point I'm making to you is that I do not play trading. I trade. Because I understand what trading can do. Because the same way I'm talking like that, there's somebody on this call that can put 100K in an account. Because they're looking at that 100K that's just sitting in their bank account doing nothing. And they're going to say, you know what? If this 100K gets to 90K because I don't know what I'm doing, I'm putting my 100K back in my savings account. That means you're giving yourself the opportunity to take $1,000 a day trades. And I wouldn't even say do that. I'd say that's too much. I'd say reduce your risk from 1% to 0.5% or 1/4% if you had 100K. Take £250 trades with your 100K account. Because if you catch a 1 to 4, forget about 1 to 5. You just made £1,000. £1,000's £1,000. £1,000 is £1,000. If you did £1,000 today every morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, your life would be all right, to be honest. What I'm saying is not far-fetched. You just haven't arrived at the destination yet. If you're taking the prop firm challenges, which I advise everyone to do, I'm not saying don't do the prop firm challenge, because I believe that the prop firm challenges they teach you a lot, because they've got these rules. The rules are you can't lose a certain amount of money per day. If you're trading your own money, do not lose more than a certain amount of money in one day. You just might be having a bad day. Your missus has been annoying you. Your partner, your fella has been annoying you, and now you've hit the trades, hit the markets, and you're just going berserk, losing money. Don't lose when you hit a certain amount of money, go and stop, slap some cold water in your face and go for a brisk walk in the cold. That's something that the prop firms have instilled. That is something that you should definitely carry over to trade in your own funds. Because you don't want to be on full tilt. Have you ever seen somebody in a gambling, like in a casino, or somebody, they're on tilt. They've been losing. They don't stop and go home. They just keep losing until they lost it all. That happens in trading. Trust me. I've been there. I'm not talking to you from a bird's eye view. I'm talking to you from in the trenches. I have been there. Where you take a loss and you think to yourself, nah, man, damn. And somehow you think that, the market owes you that money back. So these things that they teach you, for example, what I don't like is that they do have quite high targets, making 10% in a month and then 5% in a month. The hedge funds aren't doing this. The best traders in the world are not trying to get 10% a month. I'm telling you that much for free. Well, 120% a year, they're killing themselves to try and do on trading manually. They don't give a damn about that. Do you think that's what they promised their investors, that they're gonna make them 120% in a year? They didn't. They said, I'm gonna make you 12%. Or I'm gonna make you, if you want to go into our high risk fund, we might make you 15% for the year. And they've got a whole team of people making sure they don't over leverage, making sure they're taking the right trades, making sure they've got the right information. So the prop firms asking you to make 10% and 5% is a big ask, only if you let it rule your mind. If you take your time and slow down and be like, cool, I'll make 0.5% a day, 1% a day. I'll get there in 20 days. I'll get there in 10 days. You'll be fine. But most people don't. Most people get their account, blow their account within a few days, maybe a week. How do I know? Because I've been there. Yeah? I'm not talking to you from I am almighty and I'm holier than thou. I'm saying to you, I have been there. I have known when I'm not in the right place in my mind, I'm going through arguments, I'm going through headaches, I'm dealing with certain things. I can take it out on the markets. I'm telling you. It will happen to you. And let me tell you something, the worst thing I'm going to say to you guys is this. It has to happen to you. Sorry. You have to actually touch the flames.
You need the pain.
You have to.
Pain is how you learn.
There's somebody right now on this call like, oh, here we go. Jay's rambling on again. He's just talking. Guys, I'm interested in a Euro USD entry about now. All right. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking at it. I'm going to see what kind of reaction we have from this area right now. But I'm interested in a Euro USD entry. I'm not going to hit the button like I'm playing Snap. But I am very interested to see what kind of reaction right now this is going to have. All right. And I'm going to look. I'm on a very small time frame, 30 seconds. Only because I want to see early what kind of reaction these markets are going to have right now, this minute. Okay. I was in this earlier for the sell. I got out right at the bottom. I'd like to get in again. Okay. I'm just letting you know for free before you hear me hitting the buttons and someone's like, what is that trade? I'm watching it. I'm not hitting the buttons. I'm not playing Snap, because what I don't want to do right now is give back the money I just took out the markets. Don't just want to give it back. Yeah. I want to get in really. And let me tell you the secret. I'm going to give you guys another gem. Here's another gem. The first trade you take. Now, say right now, I'm saying I want to see what this market's going to do. Is it going to turn around right about now? Which it's actually doesn't look that promising. Yeah. But the first trade I take is going to be small. It's going to be a jab. You hear me keep saying this to you. It's going to be a jab. What's a jab for me? A jab for me is like $100. A jab for you might be $50. It might be $5. That depends upon your account. So it's going to be a jab. Because I'm trying to go against what this market is currently doing. It's going up to space here. Look, it came all the way down here, took Asian session lows, and it's pushed all the way back up into here in these levels. Now, for all I know, it wants to come and take this liquidity here has been taken. So let me mark this. But for all I know, these markets want to now come and take this liquidity over here. Let me just check what that is. It's not even in the right place. See, this is why you got to check it. Sometimes I can move. It can move here. This is New York session highs over here. I'm going to lock it so I can't move it in the future. And this is liquidity, previous NY high, NY AM high. And I'm going to lock it using this here so I can't move it by accident. Now, for all I know, that market wants to go and take that Marnes from there first, which it looks like it wants to do. Look, this is why I said to you, even though I saw a little area of interest here, I said, I'm not jumping in and playing snap. I want to see how the markets react there. They didn't react. Cool, no problem. Money's in my pocket. I don't have a problem. I'm all right. I'm watching it. Now this market's pushing up here. I want to know what happens when it comes over and hits this line over here. Let's put an alert in here, crossing up. But as I was saying, guys, I don't play trading. I trade. All right. And you need to get the scrapes on your, actually what I was saying is you need to feel it for yourself. Maybe you don't want to hear that. Somebody doesn't want to hear that. Somebody wants to hear that they're going to come here, they're going to get signals, or they're going to get this, or they're going to get that, or they're going to get, Jay's going to hold your hand through it and you're not going to lose any money. I would be lying to you if that was the case. But I want you to turn your mindset and think of it like this. You are paying for your education. Your education, part of that education is that you are going to have to take some L's. Luckily, the prop firms allow you to take L's for no money. You can go to FTMO, you can go and get a 10K account, I think it is, or you can go to I'm with Alpha Capital, you can go and get a small account for, I don't know, what is it 50 quid? Is it 100 quid? What's that small, what's the 10K account? How much is a 10K account with Alpha? I can't remember.
I don't know Alpha, but I know FTMO is 130.
130 pounds. Now I'm not going to 130. Go on. Go on, Jordan.
Equity Edge is like £30.
Equity Edge. Now the only thing I'll say is this. Only thing I will say is this, guys. There is a balancing act. The balancing act is I want a cheap challenge, but I also do want a prop firm that's going to pay me out. I have experience not being paid. Yeah, in 3 occasions. One occasion when I was owed 90 grand. I've experienced it. It make you feel sick to the belly. Yeah, because these prop firms are crooks, if ever I word. Yeah, they're crooks because it's an unregulated. It's a new space, guys. Like you don't understand what you're part of. You're part of something new. You know, you're like at the point when the internet.
Like Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was going up and everyone was getting up,
yeah.
and everyone heard about it. It was too late.
This prop firm space is a new space. It's new. It's happening right now. They're working things out right now. People are making money from it. People are losing money. It's mad. It's unregulated. They're just getting shut down in certain countries. It's happening right now. That's a good and a bad thing. There's an opportunity there. You see all these little companies rising up from nowhere. Like 2 years ago, they didn't exist. They're all startups. Let me say that one more time. They are all startup businesses. So therefore, though you might find an account that can give you a little, a prop firm account for this money or that money, you don't want it to be the case that when you actually pass, they say, oh, Jordan, you passed. However, we didn't like the way you was trading because we've seen that you took a few trades without a stop loss. And if you read our terms and conditions, which nobody reads the terms and conditions, paragraph 59, row X, of this here stipulates that you have to trade with a stop loss at all times and they don't pay you out.
Is that what they did to you?
No, that's not what they did to me. They just outright refused my payout. Well, one company outright refused my payout, and then just maybe the universe. I personally think I was the first that started the catalyst, but that's just me, my ego. But then that actual prop firm went down. All right, that was a prop firm called Funded Talent, something like that back in the day. And I thought it was great. Had a good brand, Funded Talent. They had lots of things. Discord was popping off. And then when I asked for my money, they started acting a bit peculiar. And I was like, well, what's going on here? And then they tried to say, boom, 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 boom. This happened and that happened. I said, no, it didn't. So here's the proof. They said, oh, yeah. And then it's just acting funny. And I started making noise in the Discord group. And they tried to refund me. Imagine I only bought maybe like 2 challenges or something like that. They tried to refund me like 4 or 5 challenges. I just got like a refund for like 4 or 5 challenges. And I was like, I don't want a refund for 4 or 5 challenges. I want my payout. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then afterwards, their whole company kind of, other people must have been in the same scenario. Their thing just toppled over and they didn't get paid out. And like I said to you, it damages your psychology and it damages your confidence. This was quite early on as well in the prop firm space. It's happened again for me also for maybe, I think it was 26 grand with funded, what's the other one that went down recently? Is it MFF? Can't remember.
My Forex funds.
My Forex funds.
Yeah. Happened with me with them as well. Yeah. So I'm saying to you, FTMO is the Gucci. This is my point. FTMO is the Gucci of these prop firm challenges. They're the most expensive, but they are the most reliable. The most they've been there for the longest time, and then there's a few other prop firms that seem decent. So I'm not trying to say I don't know nothing about that one, Jordan, that you mentioned. I actually don't know. I've never heard of that one before. Okay, but
Yeah,
don't
they're kind of new still.
say again.
They're kind of new still.
Yeah, don't be drawn to just the fact that they're cheap.
They're cheap. Yeah.
You need, the ultimate goal is you want to get paid out. You don't want to have that you start passing bare challenges with them, and then when it comes down to it, they don't have. Remember, these companies don't have the money to pay you if they're not big enough.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, especially if you make too much money. You see what my problem was, is this, in my opinion, is that I shouldn't have made 90 grand with funded talent. It was too much money. I've heard some guy talk and he said, let me tell you something. When I'm trading these prop firm accounts, when I get to 5, 10K account, I stop trading, I just want my money. Because if I make too much money, they always runs the risk that they're not going to pay him. And I was like, yes, you're absolutely correct. The aim of the game is to probably have multiple prop firm accounts across spreading your risk, over multiple prop firms and be trading them independently and just taking 5, 10K out of each of them. Or if you've got a 400K account, obviously a percentage of whatever your account is off of each of them. Not going nuts, not taking my 100K account and running it up to £1,000,000 and saying you guys owe me 900,000. At that point in time, they're going to find a reason not to pay me my money. Because you have to understand what their business model is get into business. They make their money from the people losing challenges, and people are losing. Remember, 90% of traders are going to lose 90% of their money in 90 days or less. Most people don't know how to trade. Most people are not on a breakfast club every single morning. Most people don't have a playbook. They don't have risk management. They just have heard about these prop firm things and they put some money into it and they're losing their money constantly. It's money for free. The business model is actually pretty beautiful. It's money for free because they're only giving you demo accounts. Yeah. And then a small percentage of these people make some money. And you know why we pay them out? We pay them out because that is a small percentage or a percentage off of the balance books that we don't mind paying them out, because when we give a payout and that person says, yes, I have been paid from whatever your company is there, Jordan, it makes other people think, oh, this is a legitimate company, and they go and buy some more challenges and lose some more, lose some more, and lose some more, and lose some more, and lose some more. So especially if a lot of these prop firm accounts, they have podcasts or they have YouTube channels. You know why? Because when somebody gets paid out, let's interview JP. Let's interview this person. Let's interview that person. Because if I get on a call on a YouTube going, oh yeah, man, they paid me out, 120K, blah, 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 blah. It makes it all real now. Like, okay, they do pay out. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the business of it. But I'm just saying to you guys, don't just be dragged to the cheapest. Yeah, cheapest is not always the best, especially in this space. I'd always say to you guys, go first and foremost, look at an FTMO, and then maybe right now look at an Alpha Capital, and maybe right now look at, there's a couple others that I could list out of different prop firms. And I know that they charge different things. The problem with FTMO is FTMO gives no discount ever. I've never seen FTMO giving any discount on any of their challenges.
There's actually a discount now, a summer discount. The 10K thing's at 65 quid.
Okay, for FTMO.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it's going to last for.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. That's great information. 65 quid, guys. Let me tell you something for free. I've got 2 sons, 5 and 8, If I leave the house on a Saturday, I'm spending 65 quid. I'm just letting you know for free, On some fraff, I'm spending 65 quid. On these guys trying to eat some food, oh, daddy, can we go and, go and do this? I'm going to spend 65 quid. So you have to put things into perspective of, do you want to position yourself whereby you can actually make 65 quid and make some money? In my life, guys, I like to play attack. Even when things are going bad for me, I like to play attack. What do I mean by that? I mean, you cannot save your way to greatness. You cannot defend your way to winning games. Am I making sense for the football man out there? If you've got a fantastic defense, but nobody can't score no goals, how many matches are you going to win? 0. You ain't winning no get matches. Best case scenario is you're going to draw. You're not going to win nothing if no one can't put the ball in the net. So I play attack. So attack for me is, I've always got money in a trading account. I'm trying to win out here, bro. I'm not trying to save my way to paradise. Yeah, I'm just not doing that. Have a look at Euro USD. Have a look at the liquidity that I marked up over here. Even though we saw this little push coming down here, I don't get excited. I want to see this liquidity taken before I do anything. Yeah, because I want to sell this. Let's have a look at it in a bigger picture. Getting back to the trading, guys. I don't want to just ramble you off for the whole morning. All right. Look at this. Look at Euro USD. Euro USD on a 4-hour time frame has made a lower low, lower high, lower low, and we're coming up here. And ultimately, at the moment, we're still at a lower high because of this wick. Let me draw some dots so so your eye can quickly see what I'm talking about. High, lower high, lower low. Sorry, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And at the moment, once we stay below here, we're expecting to maybe see a lower high. It's been a very big push up here, hence the reason why I was looking at this area to get in a trade. But at the moment, right on this level here, around this area, let's zoom out some more also. I'll go to my daily. See, the issue is that this market might decide that it wants to push. Have a look at this. Let me show you. Let me show you my concerns. All right. You ready? My concerns are that this is Euro USD. Same thing with GU is going to look exactly the same. And the market has been making highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Forget about this. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Equal lows over here, a little piece. Lower highs, lower lows. So, the market, if it wanted to be stubborn, could come all the way back up to this, near this high, but stay underneath it and still be a lower high. Yeah. But in regards to this trend line that the market has been respecting, which is just a line on my screen, remember, as easy as it's a line, it could be, have a look, an area. You see? It's not a line. It's an area that is giving us this little trend, like so. And the red represents potential selling, if I can get to the colors, potential selling from that area, and green represents potential buying from there. Look, every time it comes down into this green box, look, we buying, boing, we buying, we buying, we buying, we buying. Every time it comes into this red area, look, we selling, we selling, we selling. The middle is fraff. We don't care about the middle of the range too much, though we can make money. But if a general consensus is from the middle of the range, the market could do either or. Look, the market got down in here. Let's just get rid of this one because this one was a little bit fraff. Kind of got in the middle of the range. Decided they wanted to go back up. This one over here, look, kind of got into the middle of the range here. Decided they wanted to go back up. Kind of got into the middle of the range over here. Decided they wanted to do the hokey cokey and go back up. So the middle of the range is always a little bit iffy. We can still trade it based upon, liquidity, but it's a bit iffy. All right. So we're in a premium here of EU selling territory. Yeah. If I got down to my daily time frame, we can see the market was down here. The market is pushed up in here. This could have been that middle. That could have been that 1A, A, B, C. So it might decide to make a higher high over this little level here. It's very, very possible this market decides to push up in here, still respecting this high, but making a, this would be called like an ABC retracement. ABC retracement. If you haven't heard of it, look, have you ever seen this tool over here? For some reason, it says ABC. Look, Elliott correction wave. Yeah. Part of a theory we call Elliott waves. A, B, C is very possible for this market, even though I would like to sell the living daylights out of it. Even though I'd like to sell this market, the market could push up and make this C wave. Don't forget it twisted, it can. But I was able to take a trade that I showed you guys this morning that we was into, that gave me 2%, trading based upon liquidity. trading based upon the fact of liquidity was taken from an Asian session high and then it ran and took an Asian session low. Now it looks like it's got back on its bike and maybe this market still wants to continue pushing up within this range because it wants to make that C. Yeah, that C. It's made the B, maybe it wants to make the C, even though Jay's been telling you for the longest time that he wants to sell it. Yeah, because this is the push here. Look, this is the bullish push. Blah, 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 blah. And in that energy, look, it's also made an A, B, C. It's also made it, look, A, B, C retracement. Because the ABC energy in Elliott waves is about a retracement. Okay, so even though the market is bearish, but right about now, have a look. The market is in a bullish flow, making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, higher highs and higher lows. So therefore, this ABC could be the retracement of that bullish flow. I'm getting a bit, I hope I'm not losing you guys now. I hope you understand what I'm saying. The overall market is bearish, but it's been making a bullish retracement. So in that bullish energy, which might be a much bigger ABC, like I identified, look. Yeah, these little impulses. So let's just imagine this little impulse is what I'm talking about, making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. In that move to try and get to C, this little push down here could be our ABC retracement. And now it's going to come back up here. Yeah. And how normally, yeah, it's looking like that. Yeah, it's actually talking to me. How normally Elliott waves work is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 push. And then an ABC retracement. Now, this is something called Elliott waves that we can get into another time. In fact, we'll watch a video afterwards about Elliott waves if anybody wants to know about it. But this is just another theory, school of thought. So right now that market's pushed all the way up. Let's zoom on a smaller time frame. I'll get to the nitty gritty. And let me see what's happening. Right now, we've taken our liquidity play based upon a manipulation M this morning, based upon liquidity that was taken above Asian session high. Look, nam. Came down here. Took age. That's what I thought. I don't know what happened there. Sometimes these markets move around. I knew it took the New York session low. I was thinking to myself, how comes the thing had moved? Yeah, it took New York session low also. Okay, so from Asian session high, it took the Asian. So London session started here. It took the Asian sessions high all the way down here, which is the sell we got into. Pushed past Asian session low. Took liquidity from New York session low, and now we're pushing all the way back up here. And EU doing the same things because they're cousins. So I'm going to be looking here and I'm going to be thinking to myself, I have to make a decision. Is this market at the bottom of this white range and going to continue pushing up bullishly? Very possible. Or is it now going to take this liquidity above this New York session high and decide to start coming down here? Well, the way my energy is feeling right now is it's going to push up. So I will be looking more, say now, for maybe an indication, correction, continuation play. Indication, breaking some structure, correction, continuation play. If it doesn't do that and decides now after taking liquidity from down here and then up here wants to run down here, I once again will change my bias and I will be trading where I can see the market moving towards. Okay, that's what I will do. Okay, now even though I think this may be on the cards, I am definitely very, very cautious right now. And watching right now, we're at this liquidity of the New York high. If it gives me what I'm looking for and then starts to fall off, I will trade the liquidity play. But I'm telling you, there is a question in my head. There is a battle in my head of whether this market wants to push up or does it want to push down. What might happen is it might push down first. I can see lots of imbalance. I can see lots of reasons before deciding it wants to do that. Very, very, very possible. All right. If we're looking at it from the line chart, we can see lots of imbalances. We can see lots of concerns. Then we go to a larger time frame, 2 minute, and let's go to 3 minute. Let's go to 4 minute. Let's go to 5 minute. I can see huge manipulation W here after taking that liquidity. See down here. So don't get twisted. This market can say, you know what, I'm going to come all the way back down here, and then I'm going to go back up. Definitely possible. All right. But I personally don't care because I'm playing a game. I just want to get this money. No, 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 no. When we get down here, I'm going to worry about getting some more money if that money is in that direction. Okay. Or if you don't want to do that, you're just going to wait for money comes down. It comes down here, and you're just going to get in one direction if your bias is bullish, because the market has been bullish. All right. So though I'm looking to sell, the market has been bullish. There hasn't been no higher time frame confirmations. Look, if I go to my 15-minute time frame, this market hasn't been breaking 15-minute structure bearishly. Look, hasn't. It's been going up and up and up and up. If I go to my hour time frame, look, market's been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's the flow of the market. Yeah? So therefore, that buy that you hear me talking about it possibly going up is more probable than a sell until it shows you different. The only reason that I was in a sell earlier from here, all the way down there, is because I took the liquidity play, which is one of our playbooks, which is that took the Asian session high, gave me a breaker structure manipulation M, yeah, on a few different time frames. Look at it on a 2-minute. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? It's here. It's terrible M, but it's here.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see it. Great. And then we see it tap in here. Yeah, and I was in.
Zoom in a bit. Zoom in on the screen.
Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. I'm looking for a manipulation M within my kill zone. Somebody's saying to me, but Jay, I can see one here. And you'd be right. The only problem is, what's the problem with that in manipulation M? What's the problem in this manipulation M? What is the problem with this manipulation? If you don't know, tell me you don't know so I can answer it.
What is it? It didn't tap back in.
Nope. Anybody else? What is the problem with this manipulation M? I want you to look right and look at some of the labels.
It hasn't
What,
taken
location?
liquidity.
That's correct. It didn't take the liquidity. So I don't care about you, bro. That's like you're a thief and you've come to burgle the house and I see you driving away or I see you walking away, but you didn't burgle the house. So I'm still concerned. You came here to burgle the house. Why are you walking away? I'm now thinking to myself that you're not walking away. You're actually walking to go and get some more of the mandem or to go and get some other tools because you didn't burgle the house. But here, burglary has occurred. Whoops. Burglary has occurred here. Nam, 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 nam. And then you came back in here and you tapped in nicely, actually made another manipulation M. I was in. You don't need to ask me twice. I'm in. Grrr. I'm taking money. Where am I going to? I'm going to these Asian session lows. We ate the Asian session lows. And the way I saw the market structure, the way it was going, I actually thought to myself, you know what? And I was comparing it with GU. We're going for the New York session lows, which we nam, nam, nam. As soon as we got down there, I moved my stop to like this. My stop, immediately when we got down there, I moved it like this because I know that market is going to want to kick back. It's taken 2 lots of liquidity. It could have kicked back over here. It took 2 lots of liquidity. There's all imbalance up here. I know it's kicking back. And remember what I even said to you guys whilst the call was on. I said, if I'm cheeky enough, I could get in for the buy if I saw my manipulation W over here. I didn't really see it on the 1-minute time frame. And I was teaching, so I wasn't bothered. But look at the market. Stop me out there, I don't care. Stop me out for, I don't know, 1,500, 1,400, 1,200, whatever it is. And then we're all the way up here. Now I'm asking myself the same question. When we take this liquidity here, what are we going to do? Are we going to run in the opposite direction for some sort of distance? Yeah. But is the overall energy bullish? Which is something I've got to ask myself because the market has been running bullishly. You see it? I hope you guys can understand and get a window into my mind in regards to how I trade. Yeah. Like we have to understand when we've won. And remember, let me show you something as well. Remember, this whole energy over here is what?
Consolidation.
Consolidation. Regardless of the Asian session here, the New York session here, this whole energy here, the market has been doing the hokey cokey. So reality is this, is I want to see either this happening or this happening yeah, or taking the liquidity from above this level here, which is a New York session high, and then deciding to come down. You see it? So right now, where we're sitting right now is a real pivotal moment. We're really high up on the consolidation. We're right by this liquidity of New York. Is the market want to push up? Indication correct and continue? Does the market want to take the liquidity from here, nam, because it's had enough of going up, and now start to come down, which is what I want it to do. But I have a feeling in my bones that the market actually wants to make this, where was it? This bigger C pattern. Now that doesn't mean it has to make it now. It could come down here first and then make it now. But on this even impulse, it's made an A, B, C retracement. And I believe it could possibly want to push up here. So I'm a bit concerned. So either way, I'm going to be reading and reacting. That's what I'm trying to get to, guys. I'm going to be reading and reacting to what the market does. I have my concerns. I have my biases. Like right now, if I look at that quite closely, has that taken the liquidity above there? Have I just drawn it incorrectly? I think maybe I've just drawn it a little bit tight. Let me unlock it. I'm talking about this little wick high over here. This isn't good enough for me. It's not a good enough liquidity grab. Like if you're going to grab the liquidity, bro. If you're going to take my watch off my wrist, you better put some effort into it, bro. Yeah, so if you're going to come, grab that liquidity. I want that to take that level. Not no little millimeter of a wick going over it. Like, look at all that. That's not a coincidence that the market's come up here and it's doing some more. What's it doing some more of? What is it doing some more of?
Consolidation.
Exactly. That's not an accident. That's not an accident. There's a conversation being had now. The conversation is, yo, Jivan, what are you saying? You think we should take this liquidity right now? Or should we run up? Or should we turn around now? I don't know. It's crazy. There's an argument happening here. Yeah, that's not an accident. So me, I've got my alerts up here. I have some alerts down here. And I'm reading. I'm going to read and react. Let's have a look and see what might assist, yeah, these markets today.
I think there's some Euro news at 10. Is it 5 past 10?
Well, I've just seen.
Grand Rising all.
There you go. I was just going to give him the intro. I just see him come back in.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a number of things. I think we've got retail sales today, US retail sales. The market will move at 1:30 today. Yeah, retail sales, basically what it is, it measures what the retailers, as in us, the consumers, have been doing. I.e., are we buying or are we keeping our monies in our pockets? Tomorrow is Fed Day. Yeah, right. The issue here is it going to be 25 basis points or 50 basis points? Yeah, right. Either way, the dollar will weaken and everything else will strengthen. Yeah. However, regards to the euro, the analysts say the euro is going to come back down. So bear in mind. I don't know why, because they held interest rates, I believe, last week, or they went 25 basis points. I'm not 100% because I'm not really focusing on the euro at the moment. It's just basically the Fed, 25 or 50 basis points. So from 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, the market's going to move like a madman, yeah? So be aware of that tomorrow, yeah? Right? But today, as I say, retail sales, very important data point for the Fed. So 1:30, market's going to move. Any questions, anybody? Sorry, it's a quick one.
I'm going to ask you quickly. Why did you say that regardless of what happens, whether it's 20, whatever basis points in this Fed decision, that the US dollar is going to lose strength?
Because what happens is because what's going to happen is interest rates are going to get cut for the first time in good couple of years. Yeah. So what that does is that weakens the dollar. Yeah. Right. So it strengthens it strengthens the G10 against the dollar. So the pound will be strengthened against the dollar, and the euro will be strengthened against the dollar, and the indices. Yeah, that will make things cheaper for the exports for the US. Yeah, right. The dollar weakened, And also, as the dollar is the currency for the world, it makes it cheaper for, us buying, if I'm a retailer buying stuff abroad using dollars, because most businesses in this country, when they buy stuff abroad, is using the US dollar. So the dollar will weaken. As you can see, the dollar's been weakening due to the fact that the traders are betting that the Fed will cut interest rates. They just don't know how much, by 25, but some are saying 50. The issue with 50 is that the Republicans will say that's unfair, but who cares what they say?
Yeah, so we have to understand that, because of obviously this election stuff that's going on, is politically there's a lot of pressure to not have the dollar taking a battering, for the parties that be. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Al, because
Yeah.
obviously they want to be in a position whereby they're going to be seen as making the United States great again.
Yeah, I think listen, the thing is, with the dollar's been strong for the past two years due to interest rates rise. So basically, when interest rates rises, dollar gets stronger. When interest rates get cut, dollar gets weaker. Yeah, right. We all, from my perspective, I want a weaker dollar, because then when you travel, you're laughing. Yeah, you go stateside, your pound's worth X amount, right? So it's really important the dollar's weak. And also for the supply chain, as I say, a lot of companies in this country, when they buy internationally, they use the dollar. Yeah, right. So it's really important for the dollar to be weak, and then stuff is cheaper for us, internationally and locally. I think what people don't understand, I think this is an important economics thing I've learned over the last 4 years, I've been with the group, is that the dollar run things at the moment, though there's a number of countries that want to drop the dollar, it's going to take a lot, take a bit of time to drop that dollar. It's been king dollar for a reason, right? So what we have to understand about the dollar is, we want it a bit weaker, especially for traveling and for, other purposes, buying goods and so on and so forth. It's going to start coming down. It's coming down already, but it's going to start coming down, a hell of a lot from tomorrow. I believe they're going to do 50 basis points. And if they do, indices are going to be so bullish. Yeah, right. It's crazy. Gold, on the other hand, gold is doing what it's doing because of the geopolitics in the world. As you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of incidents. I think, Jay, you mentioned something the other day where there was an incident, the Houthis hit mainland Israel. So there's a lot going on. So the gold is going to continue rising. So this, as I said, what you have to understand about this game is geopolitics matter. Sentiment matters, technical matters, but you've got to be on the news is really important. It moves, it does move the markets, right? So today, retail sales for sure. I need to check when the BOJ are doing their thing. I think that's imminent. Bank of Japan. I need to double check that because that's coming. But yeah, listen, red folder news, orange folder news, really important. But I've got mine on all news, because all news seems to do something. Yeah. And that's my advice to you. Any more questions, anyone?
So guys, what I want to do also, guys, is I want to, as part of a plan, that I've been putting together slowly as part of some of the things I'm preparing for Unity, is I want everybody to have an investment plan, as an investment portfolio, have an account, and understand in regards to a more slow, more deliberate. I'm not going to say slow, but more deliberate. Like, everybody here should have an investment account, to be able to invest in stocks, invest in ETFs, invest in baskets of goods, and even if it means you're putting in £5 a week or whatever it may be into there. It's something that you should do. Something if you're not going to do it for yourself, you do it for your kids. Put it in your kids. It's your kids' little savings account, okay? Because it's going to do better than you throwing it in the bank for them, all right? And it's going to put your mind in the space of investments. It's going to put your mind in the space of what companies should I be investing, what areas are doing well in the world, etc. And like I said, this is all about information, about mind, about where your head's at. Yeah, because when you ask your brethren what you're going to invest in, try it today. I'm going to say this to you guys. Try this today. Talk to one of your brethren who thinks they know it all, okay? And say, if I gave you 100K, bro, what would you put your money into? Just ask them. All right? You know what they're going to say? They're going to say some of the cliche stuff. Remember I said it. They're going to say, I'm going to buy some property. Yeah, I'm probably going to put it into property. And, probably going to buy some investments, some stocks and stuff like that. Yeah? But the point is this. If you don't know how to buy stocks, you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know how to assess them, you don't know, how to manage your risk, you don't know what your plan's going to be, you don't know nothing about property, you don't know how to invest in property, you don't know how to flip. That's the words that they're saying to you are just words because they don't have the information. So for us, we have information in learning how to trade. Hence the reason why when I ask questions out loud, you guys can answer. But we also have to know the answers of other things that are going to be important to us. Life insurance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Investments, these type of things. How to grow our wealth. How to set up and how to talk to people in regards to their wills and how to set up their estate planning. Yeah, things like this. I'm not trying to say that all of these things I'm an expert in, but whatever little knowledge I have, I can share, and then we can bring in some experts to talk to us on the Unity platform and get us all equipped for life. Okay, it's very, very good that we're here learning how to trade, but it's not the be all and end all. There are a lot of other areas, e-commerce, different things that are going on that we can at least get a summary information on so that we can make an informed decision if is it something that we want to pursue. Because without the information, we cannot make an informed decision. You get it? Yeah? And that's what's needed. It's needed for us to be able to make informed decisions about our future outside of the things that we know, because you don't know what you don't know. This is a very, very powerful statement. Yeah, when a magician does a magic trick, it is magic. He made the coin disappear like raw. How did you do that? As soon as he says to you, the coin's here at the back of my hand, or I put the coin in my pocket when you was looking at my other hand, it's no longer magic. You know how to do it. All right. So right now there's somebody driving around killing the property game, and it's magic to you. Yeah. You just like, yeah. My man's doing this, but that is as magic to you as this trading and looking at lines on a screen and looking for liquidity and looking for imbalances is to somebody who is not here informed about how to trade. The once upon a time it was gobbledygook to you, and now you're able to say, I'm going to take a sell right now. And that's the same concept across the board in all areas of life. It's the man or the woman with the information that wins. Information and network. Yeah? Network gives you access to areas that you didn't have before. Yeah? And I'm saying to you right now, guys, it's all about personal development across the board. All right. So, guys, have an amazing day. It is 9:20 now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the contributions, Jordan, Jivan, everybody's obviously all the time, Brother Alan, everybody else who's joined, man. And I'm saying to you, today I'm going to continue looking at this EU. At the moment, have a look at it. And I'm just concerned. Have a look at the consolidation. It's even more clear now, isn't it? How that market's consolidating there. Is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence that this market took the liquidity and came right up against the next liquidity high? There is money here. This market's a thief. It's a thief by nature, and there's money here. There's an open purse here. What is it? What is the conversation being had? Now, what is the hesitation? You're a thief. Still.
Jay,
Yeah.
sorry to interject. Just got one question, bro. When you get you do your prop firm thing, right? When you go and get your challenge and so on and so forth. Yeah. Do you not think to take pounds instead of dollars? Why would you do dollars? I was just
Good
thinking
question.
they do GB pounds. So
Good question.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on it, my brother.
Good question. All right. So the reason why I do it in dollars is because everything's done in dollars, and ultimately the prop firms give it to you in dollars. If you're gonna make it pounds, I don't think it's a 100K account.
No, if it's prime example, I think it's 70K. If it's
Exactly. And then for me, what that does to me is it throws all my numbers off, because
Okay.
I don't typically need to necessarily look at my cashback Forex calculator to know my lot size. I know in US 30, if I want to go and risk $100, that 5 pips is going to be a 2.5. Oh, so it's going to be a 2. It's going to be a 2 lot. If it's 5 pips in distance, I know it's a 2 lot. It risks me $100. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I know that, and I know the different multiples immediately.
Okay.
If it's now 70 grand, I have to do the calculation.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it doesn't really matter to me, because it's a game. You're just trying to get this 10% and this 8%. If it makes more sense for you to do it in pounds, it's cool. But to be fair, it's not your biggest problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. My thought process was just for payment purposes.
Yeah, I mean, for payment purposes, it's like this. They're gonna pay you out they'll pay you out in pounds, obviously, because they know where you are.
Yeah.
They'll pay you out in what you need to get paid out for. Like I said to you, I've been paid out for prop firms. It's not a problem. They'll pay you out, no issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
The issue is, like I said, is that this is my prop firm, and I'm still recording this for YouTube. This is my prop firm journey synopsis so far.
Yeah.
Is that you can take a trade and you can take it, be like, if I wanted to, right, to be perfectly honest, and I've done it before, is I've taken trades at 10% of what I can lose, which is essentially 1% of the whole account, meaning that I've got 10 trades. So if I go and take a 100K account, I've got 10 trades before I blow my account.
Yeah.
5 trades on one day before I blow my account, because you can't lose more than 5K, and you can't lose more than 10K in regards to the whole account.
Yeah.
Because the issue is that if I'm in the zone and I hit the trades the way I hit the trades, that one trade, I could pass my account in 1 or 2 trades. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, when I look at my win ratio is sometimes around 60%. Yeah. So around 60%, it could be either side of that, is my win ratio.
Okay.
So on that front, you've got to ask yourself, like, do you have the stomach to go down 6K? Especially if you're not accurate and you make some mistakes, you're a little bit over leveraged certain times. Like, for me, the prop firm journey is this: if you're trading and you know the strategy, you must have money in a prop firm. I don't care what money it is, whether it's a 10K account, a 50K account, 100K account, 200K, 400K, whatever you can manage. Have money in there so that you can actually exercise your ideas. All right. That's what I believe right now. Everybody here who knows the strategy should have a prop firm account. But what I would like you to do is just be small in that prop firm account so that you can have it for the longest possible time. Because I swear to God, you will learn so much from taking trades over and over again. Because I know that everyone here who's blown their accounts before knows why they blew an account.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, oh my God, I was over leveraging, or I revenge traded, or I took the trade too. They know why. Yeah. So therefore, if you know why, you want the opportunity to fix that. And you're only going to have the opportunity to fix that if you've still got an account. You've still got money in the account. If you've blown the account now and you're like, oh, I'm not in a position right now, I'm going to spend another 300 quid or 400 quid or whatever it may be, going a 100K account. Well, now you're out of the loop because you don't have an account. And I'm telling you, the time when you don't have an account is the time when you see great trade and it runs forever. And the trading for me is you have to survive long enough to catch the big wins. Yeah. Like, I've just taken a trade this morning. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's 1 to 8, 1 to 8. But the reality is that trade this morning here from Euro USD really could have kept running. It could have been the case that now this market has had enough. It doesn't want to go up no more. It keeps running. And I'm able to start adding to this position and take a massive trade. I'm happy with my trade. But my trade was so small that, in the back of my mind, my battle is, if I was bigger, I would have just passed my challenge. I would have just made 10K. Let me not say pass my challenge, but I would have been like made 10K. But you can't take that attitude because it's funny the way the universe works. It's always the time when you're not looking, or the time when you over leverage, or the time when you don't do something that it will go and like, it's not, look, I listen to a lot of motivational stuff. I start my day every morning with motivational stuff, and you hear certain things people say, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's true. If it was easy, everybody would do it. This thing is supposed to be hard. Why is it supposed to be hard? Because you're gunning for the extraordinary. You see, Alan, when you start to make wins and take out money out of these markets or trade your own funds, and your friends are retired and they don't have money to rub together, and they think to themselves, it's so hard, and you're comfortable because you went through the pain of learning this, that's when the rewards are reaped. Prior to that, it's pain. You have to go through this hardship. So therefore, if you're doing it, guys, be small. Manage your risk. I'm at 0.1 of 100K account, which is $100. That is small. You're going to hear other guys and other educators say, no, you know, if you're going to take the profit charge, good, that's good for them. Yeah. But in my opinion, if you're learning, you just want to be able to stay in the game long enough that you can learn something and you can catch the big wins. And especially if you're doing it in a community, like I said, my room's open from 7 a.m. London session. And more times out of 10, it's open again at 2:30 in the middle of the day. And then Jivan and maybe some other people might come and join me in the middle of the day. Now, if you can't manage that, well, I'm sorry, it's not my business. There's only so much I can do. The market's open at 7 a.m. and 2:30, and maybe 6:30 you can get some energy from New York session. That is the rules. It can't be like, oh, but I'm at work. Well, but you're at work is cool, but then you won't be able to catch the volume of these sessions. That's not my problem. That's your problem to fix. Because I don't play at trading. I trade, which means I need to be there at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Jay,
right.
sorry, just to interject quickly. I didn't want to bash up your.
No, go on, bro.
Yeah. I just checked. Bank of Japan's on the 20th, and Bank of England is on the 19th. So we got three.
Couple days this week.
Got three of the big. Well, we had the ECB last week, so we got the three big ones this week. So it's going to be a volatile week.
100%. You see, and like I said to you, like I really want people to be able to just compose themselves in this trading thing. Understand that you're too far in now to turn back. How about that? Yeah, you're up to your waist in it. You have to keep going. They say that when you're in hell, if you're walking through hell, keep going. Yeah, that's what they say. Keep going. Yeah, like and that's what I want everybody to do. I was having a conversation with Jivan yesterday, and I said something very similar. I said, bro, you know, understand that this is your hobby, this is your interest, this is what you're here for, you're learning about. And once you continue taking steps forward, it's inevitable that you're going to grow. Yeah, it's inevitable that you're going to grow. Yeah, and if you have a little bit of luck on your side as well, and you're ready, you know, they say, you know, if you stay ready, no need to get ready. Yeah, if you stay ready, when that money lands, you're going to put that in your own private account knowing you can trade it. When that trade lands, you're going to be able to take it in your prop firm account and pass and make some money. You have to be ready. There's nobody's going to help you apart from you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why, like I said to you, I'm here every day. Sister Abana, here every day. Coming in here, learning slowly, understanding what's going on so that she can communicate this information to other people, or better still, understand that, you know what? This is what I want to do in my pastime. I want to, you know, certain people want to go and do something else. Maybe they want to, I don't know. Certain people want to bowl, or they want to play golf. I've seen all of my brothers now, they're out here playing golf. I'm happy for you, bro. But I'm here, and this is what I'd like. This is what I enjoy. This is what I'm passionate about. And when my son comes here and asks me, Jay, Daddy, what are these candles? What are these colors? I can explain to him from a point of education. Like, you guys know more than your peers in how to trade. And I guarantee you they want you to teach them. There's somebody there who would love for you to teach them how to trade. And even though you're not maybe where you want to be, you could still teach them what you know. And that is a blessing. They might get the trading quicker than you. Yeah, because everybody's got their own speed of how they learn. And everybody's got their own capacity of how they learn. And someone can get the trading and become highly profitable before you. Yeah, but you allowed them to do that. You empowered them to do that. And if you're not on the planet to empower and help other people as well as yourself, then what are you here for? Because that person's going to remember you when they hit the belly. When you need a favor, they're going to remember that you showed them a favor and helped them. Even if it's that you invited them here. Invite them here, yes. Make them come. Make them see what's going on. Because if Jivan can make 1% today, on his account, that means Jivan can make 1% today on a 10K account, on a real funds, 1% today on a 100K account, 1% today on £1 million account. Why can't he? I didn't tell him to do anything. He took the trade of his own volition. He managed his risk of his own volition. He closed the trade of his own volition. He couldn't do that prior to understanding the education that man had been teaching. So therefore, he's learned something. He's achieved something. If you can pop a wheelie, when my son started riding his bike and he stayed up balance for 2 minutes, at that point in time, I said to him, you can ride a bike now. Now, whether or not he's going to be Tony Hawks or whoever it is, and he's going to be popping wheelies and jumping off, mountains, is something else. But you are now riding a bike. Something that was scary to you, that you didn't know how to do, that man had helmet and elbow pads, you're riding by yourself. If that is not an achievement for you to build upon, then I don't know what is. So I'm saying to you guys, stay strong. Understand that what you're doing right now is an amazing, amazing thing. The only problem is that you wish that you could go back 30 years or 20 years or 15 years and have learnt. But unfortunately, nobody can go backwards. We can only work with the present for the future. Do you hear me? I wish that I was here learning this stuff opposed to doing certain things that I was doing when I was 17 or 16. Because that would have been 10 years in, I would have been 25, 26 years old. 20 years in, I would have been 35. And what, you think by that time I'm not a guru, or by that time I haven't achieved some degree of success? But unfortunately, we work with the hand that we're dealt, and I am tip of the spear for my name and my last name to be financially literate. And I'm going to tell you something for free. Let me lock off the live session.